who goes by "This is a public service" on YouTube.
This is a public service.
This is a public service.
The name of this song is Uncle Sam Damn. It's a show tune, but the show ain't been written for it yet. We gonna see if
Who goes by "This is a public service"
Tony
on
Jerome
YouTube.
and the band can make it work out for me.
This is a public service.
Straighten me out,
This
man.
is a public service.
I like it so far, man. Yeah. Come on, let's go. Welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. Grand Imperial Guard where the dollar is sacred and proud. Let's do the real, come on now. Smoke and mirrors, stripes and stars, stolen for the cross in the name of God. Bloodshed, genocide, rape and fraud, written to the pages of the law, good law. The cold continent latchkey child ran away one day and started acting foul. King of where the wild things are, daddy's proud, cause the Roman Empire done passed it down. Imported and tortured the workforce and never healed the wounds or shook the curse off. Now the grown-up Goliath nation holding open auditions for the part of David. Can you feel it? Nothing can save you. You question the rain, you get rushed in and chained up. Fist raised, but I must be insane, cause I can't figure single damn way to change. Well, welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. The Grand Imperial Guard where the dollar is sacred and power is God. Welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. The Grand Imperial Guard where the dollar is sacred and power is God. All must bow to the fat and lazy. The obey me, and why do they hate me? Who me? Only 2 generations away from the world's most despicable slavery trade. Pioneered so many ways to degrade a human being that it can't be changed to this day. Legacy so ingrained in the way that we think we no longer need chains to be slaves. Lord, it's a shameful display. The overseers even got raped along the way. Cause the children can't escape from the pain, and they born with the poisonous hatred in their veins. Try and separate a man from his soul. You only strengthen him and lose your own. But shoot that if he walk near the throne. Remind him that this is my home. Now I'm gone. Welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. The Grand Imperial Guard where the dollar is sacred and power is God.
Welcome in, everyone. Brian, I'm right up the road from you.
Yeah, it's less distorted now.
So what's the latest? Yeah, what's the latest on these charges? On their violation?
It's just a violation. It's not new charges. But I don't know, truly, because I'm seeing people I see people that are on probation get a new charge. They get arrested for a new charge while they're on probation. They go to their initial appearance and they get let out. I didn't get a new charge and I didn't get let out.
Right. Well, that's because you're Lane Myers.
So, well, obviously, but you know what I'm saying though? It's like, yeah, the guys get aggravated DUIs on probation, and I get. Do you know what they're accusing me of? That's what I want to start with.
I mean, we have a recording that it looks like it came from the court website, but it's just base allegations from the court case.
Yeah, it's just that hearing that they held me with no bond. Is that what you're saying? They have the audio of?
Yeah, we have that.
Yeah, and a lot of that stuff that she said isn't even admissible. It's not even part of the violation. It wasn't even a condition. That shit about APAC and Phoenix and doxing people and all that shit, that's not even a fucking probation condition or a violation. She just threw all that shit at the wall to get me to be held with no bond. She didn't, that's, the probation violation paperwork doesn't say anything about that. But she said it at the hearing. Just to make me look bad and hold it against me.
Oh yeah, of course, the dirty fucking cunt. I mean, have they given you a probation violation report? Any kind of paperwork?
That's what I'm saying, no. They gave me a piece of paper that said you violated, but it doesn't say how. And then she came in there and said all that shit at the hearing, making it seem like that's how I violated, but there's no condition that I can't talk about somebody in Pennsylvania or all this other shit about, the petition to change the court audio rule of 122. Why couldn't I talk about that? But they said, oh, look, he's violating probation by doing that. But then the piece of paper doesn't say that's what they're accusing me of. The piece of paper, I mean, I would like to tell you, they gave me, because he's the one that actually typed this up again. Like, this is, it's going to be my probation officer on the stand, apparently. So everything's written in his handwriting. He speaks in, he says, he calls himself I, so we know it's Matt Walker. Matt Walker definitely is the one behind all these violations. My probation officer.
So he's talking about Matt right there. Looks like Matt drafted all this up, guys. In case we didn't know, the gay mail chat room communicates with Matt. Matt types up the thing and is too dumb to take the first person out of it. So here we go, guys. Matt Walker at it again with his cuck legal loser bullshit.
Didn't say anything about me violating, and then all of a sudden I got this 4-page document that detailing all my alleged probation violations, and I'd like to get that out there, what they're accusing me of, to see how, so the whole world can see how fucking stupid this has become and ridiculous.
I mean, I got the audio right here if you want to listen to any of it. I'm gonna play it back.
You talking about from the hearing?
Yeah. I mean, it's just there's no evidence. There's no proof of anything here. It's just a bunch of allegations that
they've since given me this. Yeah, they've since given me this little piece of paper, and I want to fucking tell the world what they're accusing me of, so the whole world knows, dude. And I need help, man. I need fundraising help because this is gonna blow over, and I'm gonna lose my phone. All they're doing is trying to this is the new Chinese social credit type shit. You know what I mean? Social. They're trying to financially have me miss mortgage payments or lose fucking things or lower my credit by being late on paying. You know what I'm trying to say? Not actually crimes, but this is more now this is turning into North Korea's China shit where it's social credit. We don't like you, so you have to suffer. Because I want to do interviews, and I want to tell the world what they're accusing me of. And I have it right here in front of me.
I mean, hey, if you want to read off whatever, man, I want to hear it. Listen, man, I mean, they're probably going to block me. I'm going to be another individual that you're not allowed to talk to, right?
True.
I mean, this is just getting ridiculous.
Well,
just anybody that... Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Just saying that, anybody that takes your side after watching everything, that this is the way that we see it, it doesn't fit in with their indoctrination. The rehabilitation, right? That they want to call it. So we have to block you from talking to anybody that takes your side.
Yeah, they blocked Illuminate the Dark today. She was the only one that I was able to get through to since I've been here.
It's fucking insane. I mean, are you able to make phone calls? I mean, look, I can change phone numbers. I can get a phone number
That's what I'm getting at.
but I'm talking about is there a court order?
Oh, no. There's no court order. This is just the jail remember, the jail and the prosecutor work for the same boss. So, like, the prosecutor can interfere. Dude, my mom is blocked. I'm not allowed to, my mom, my sister, my stepdad, this is what they do. I come in here and then they make it so I can't talk to nobody. My mom, bro, is blocked. My fucking own mom. My own sister. My own fucking mom and sister are blocked. And then they'll say, what you're talking about your case. But I really want to record this case with you know what I mean? Because I really need the world to hear why I'm sitting in Pima County Jail with no bond right now.
Hey, I'm all ears, brother.
And I appreciate you putting the money on there, because there's a lot of people with shit on my content. They need to be helping me too. I want to try to do as many interviews. Chili, bro, have him say something, please. Like, dude, he's got a huge channel. He needs to stop talking about himself for one day and talk about me for a day or something.
He's on your side, brother. He was talking about you a little bit. He's on your side, man.
Thank you. And I know I joke about the tripod, but that's like joking with my brother about something. You know what I mean?
I get
joking
it,
with. I mean, not. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how real friends make jokes. Like, I'm not putting him down. Like, I'm not calling him bad names and shit. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a joke. It's like a joke as in, like, it's not a joke what he's doing. It's like it's what fucking dudes do. We make little jokes, right? So.
Absolutely.
Real men don't take offense. And I don't think Chili would. But yeah, so, because you saw what happened with, like you said, with Freeman, dude, he goes to jail for that shit with his kids. He gets 80 grand, gets out. Bro, 80 grand? He didn't make case law. He's not fighting for anybody's rights. I'm sitting in here, and there's two things are going to happen. They're either going to, the judge is going to find me not guilty of these violations, or he's going to find me guilty, and then I'm going to get to a full appeal and make case law over these conditions. That's why I want to tell everybody what I'm in here for. So do you want to go through that right now?
Absolutely, man. I mean, first of all, you have court coming up. You got a couple different cases. It looks like you're going to, I don't have it right in front of me right now, but you had one, I think, the last couple days of July, and then one in August for the hearing. But you have to see evidence, right? Are you going to see whatever evidence they claim they have right at the last second? Is that how that's going to work? You're going to see at the same time the judge seeing it?
They gave it all to my lawyer. No, listen, the judge at that hearing ordered him to turn it over by Tuesday. Remember, he said, I'm ordering you to turn over all the evidence by Tuesday. So what happened when Tuesday came? You know how it goes with these people, man. If you've been paying attention to my case the whole time, it's these same prosecutors who I had to make a big deal about turning over the evidence in the first part about when I was in jail at the law library and all that shit. I was like, you guys got to give me the fucking evidence. And they're like, we'll give it to you. I was like, no. And the judge had to give him a day. He's like, you got to give it to him by this day. And then they fucking wait till like 5 o'clock on the last day and then call me and said, we'd like to offer you a plea bargain instead of the evidence. So, like, here we are. I want to tell you exactly why I'm in here, okay?
I know, man. Hey, look, Matt wrote the book on how to slow play evidence, right? So, yeah, I get it.
The what?
Matt, excuse me, the name that I can't say, that we're not supposed to say, I forgot about that. He wrote a book, and a prosecutor wrote a book about how to slow play evidence, right? How to use it as a shield and a sword or whatever the hell. Yeah, we remember that.
I don't see why we couldn't say his name. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. He's a government employee. Like, what are they? So they're gonna send me to prison for saying his name. I don't think that's gonna hold up in appeal court. can't say a government employee's name, I don't even know what they're talking about.
Well, see, I mean, it's chilling. What they're doing to you is chilling my speech too, because I'm not even a part of this. And here, I just want to talk about what's going on with somebody in America, and it's got me nervous because, I mean, fuck, they might come after me. They might try to punish you for what I say. For fuck's sake, that's what they've been doing, right? Somebody else sends an email, and that's your fault somehow.
Yeah, for that channel, the public service, they're saying whatever he posts, I get punished for. Why don't they go after him? Why are they going after me for what that person says? Why are they blaming me for? They're like, oh, every time he posts, I get in trouble. Like what?
Because of the lack of the crime, I think.
I give him any videos. He makes his own videos, bro. That's nothing to do with me. But they're saying, oh, and that's why I want to go over this. So you know how you heard at their thing? She said all these conditions and violations and shit. Well, here's what they're actually accusing me of. This is like what they're saying that we're going to go to the trial on the August 10th for. Okay. So my condition 5 is do not engage in activities that would be reasonably expected. First, I want to ask you before we go over the things. What does this even fucking mean? Do not engage in activities that would be reasonably expected to cause others to harass or contact the victim or her family. And the condition has to be something that a person of reasonable intelligence understands. What does that even mean? Do not engage in activities that would be reasonably expected to cause others to harass or contact the victim or her family. To me, that sounds
that doesn't make any sense.
Before I do,
It's just meant to chill you from talking about it at all.
That's not even English. It's not even English to me, but to me that doesn't say that. To me that makes it seem like before I do anything in this life, I have to consult the other 8 billion people on the planet and say, hey, I'm about to say this or do this. What are you gonna do? Because I can only say what I'm gonna say depending on what somebody else is gonna do. What fucking planet are we on? And that shit isn't even fucking clear what that even means. And now here's why I'm saying that is because now when I tell you how they're accusing me of violating that condition, it really doesn't make sense. So do not engage in activities that would be reasonably expected to cause others to harass or contact the victim or her family. Okay, so they're saying on June 9th, I streamed a video called War is the Answer. And they're saying that I discussed my legal matters with. However, I never said her name one time, didn't talk about nothing about her. So they're saying that do not engage in activities that would be reasonably expected to cause others to harass or contact the victim family means you can't talk about your case. But it doesn't say you can't talk about your case. It says do not engage in it, right? So I don't see how anybody would be like, Derek, does that mean you can't talk about your case? What would you say?
That would chill me in thinking that I'm not allowed to talk about it at all. That's the only thing that can mean, because if you do, who knows what's going to happen, right? And what's the standard of evidence at this? Is it just preponderance of evidence based on somebody else's subjective?
Thank you for that. Bear with me for a second, folks. Let me see if I can get this back up.
Executive Director Elizabeth Ortiz, as well as and that's a violation. Commenting on making a video by playing Illuminate the Dark's video. He was just commenting on Illuminate the Dark's video. It wasn't even his own video. So I don't see how that's a violation of that condition. Then they claim I made this video called Breaking News, which is up on Illuminate the Dark's channel, and everybody can see this is a fucking lie. This is exactly what Walker said. He said, this video principally discussed the Supreme Court petition that filed, and AIPAC supported the petition, discussing AIPAC Executive Director Elizabeth Ortiz, as well as and I extensively. So it's clear I wrote this because he called himself I. Here's the problem. That video doesn't say anything about you. Not one time. It's not about the petition he filed. It's about the petition someone else filed more recently. His petition was last year. This video is about the petition filed this year by a Chief Judge, John Lopez. At no point do I discuss the petition that filed or but I'm being held in jail with no bond because told the judge that I did. So how the fuck is this even fucking America? But here's what he claims. Oh, I forgot to tell you. They're claiming that they don't have the video, but we obviously have my own videos. So they're trying to accuse me of something and then say, well, we don't, it's just hearsay because we don't have the video. So it's like, is basically saying, well, we don't have the video, so just take our word for it. This is what he said. Whereas I have the actual video, and the video doesn't say what he said I said. It says what I actually said, which was something completely different. But his plan is to just point his finger at me without any evidence. You get what I'm trying to say? It's like, oh, well, there was this video and it talked about me, but we don't have the video to prove it, but just trust us because we're the prosecutors, so we would lie. When all they do is lie. Then they say the next violation is that I don't understand how this is a violation of that condition. They said that Illuminate the Dark is one of my moderators. That's all it says. It says Illuminate the Dark is a moderator in Lane Meyer's recent videos. How is that a violation? Why would I not? I don't understand. So now who my moderator is a violation? Okay, so that's that first condition. That's what they're accusing me of. For do not engage in activities that would be reasonably expected to cause others. They're saying that I talked about my case, which it doesn't say I can't talk about my case. There's no gag order. And then they're just fabricating allegations without evidence, hoping that the evidence never shows up, and then it's just their word versus mine. But the evidence is out there. We have it all. So then the next violation condition is do not associate with or communicate with public servants, which I haven't. But they're claiming that I did because they're saying that he made a video about, because I filed a motion to modify. They're saying that because he made a video about the motion to modify, I must have sent it to him. Discounting the fact that I actually sent it to Illuminate the Dark, and he didn't even talk about it for like 3 days later. So I don't understand how they're going to prove that. It's just like just point their finger at me and say I did it. That's their thing. Because they don't have any, they didn't provide any evidence for that. They didn't give any evidence. They had a deadline of Tuesday. Well, what they turned over, they didn't turn over any evidence that I did that. They just turned over that they said they're going to say that I did that. You get what I'm trying to say here, bro? They're saying that they're going to say that I did that, but they're not going to actually like put something on the screen to prove it. And so I don't know how that works. Well, conditions, the next violations are that say remove all videos that mention the victim or her family or include identifying information about them. This condition is unconstitutional because you can't say that I can't say their name. Even in like criminal prosecutions, you can say that I can't talk to her directly. But you can't say that I can't say the victim's name. Come on, bro. Like rapists can say the name of their victim and shit. You absolutely cannot tell me that I can't mention the victim's name. Now you want to say I can't put up her email and all that shit. That's fine, but I didn't do that. And so they're saying I violated remove all videos that mention the victim or her family or include identifying information about them. And here's how I did it. You ready? They said that I made a video, and in that video I said, a lot of people don't even know, but when I was in jail, I gave deposition. That's what they're claiming is a violation. By me saying I gave deposition in jail, they're saying that's a violation, which it's not. It's not a violation. You can't tell me I can't say that I gave somebody a deposition. That's talking about my case. I didn't talk about something I did. And then another condition is do not post information about the victim or her husband or her minor children on YouTube or social media. But what they're failing to understand is that the judge in the dabbler judge already said that you can't that it's unconstitutional to put a condition where you can't talk about somebody. Now he can say that you can't talk to somebody. I can't contact them, but he said it's unconstitutionally overbroad to say that I can't say her name. This is fucking, and so they're accusing me, and this is where, bro, it gets crazy petty. They're saying that in this video on June 18th about Laura Conover that I showed my indictment, which has her name on it. But it's my indictment, but furthermore, I didn't actually show it because I have people that have went over this. This is where it gets really fucking crazy. They're saying that the people that reviewed the videos said that it was on the screen for less than 1 second. Not 1 second, not a half a second, milliseconds. The only way you could see it is if you put it on 0.25 slow motion and paused it and played it, kept hitting play, pause, to get to that exact frame and then pause and then screenshot it and zoom in. So that's what they're doing. They're trying to use a screenshot, not the actual video. Because if you watch the actual video, the human eye, it happens so fast the human eye can't even pick it up in normal speed. But they're saying, well, what they did is pause it at that exact millisecond, take a screenshot, zoomed in, and now they're going to show the screenshot but not the video. So if you look at the screenshot, it looks a lot worse than the actual video, where the video, it happens so fast the human eye can't even pick it up unless it's on 1/30th speed. So that's one of the, so they're saying I show, but imagine not being able to show an indictment in your own case. Not that I even tried to right there, that was an accident obviously, because it was like I'm on two screens and I had a window open on the other side and it like flashed across some Google thing where it like you move across the browser, and then once it realized the browser I wanted to show, it in milliseconds switched to the other one. So somehow I violated by showing my indictment for a couple milliseconds. But even then I'm arguing, why would I not be able to show my own indictment when anybody can get a copy of it and pass it out to the whole world? That's not equal protection. If everybody else can show my indictment, including the victim, then I can. So then the next one is that they're claiming again that I made a video. So there was a video from a couple of years ago that I had when I got arrested at the Pima County Attorney's. That video I was allowed to post. I had just taken down a bunch of videos to start going through them to make sure what I can and can't post. Well, I put this video up, and apparently it says that I posted this video and I said the word and but it was only up for like 10 minutes because somebody commented like, hey, you gotta delete her. So I immediately took the video down, bleeped out her name, and put it back up. So he's saying that I had it up for 10 seconds, and I said the name in it. So like, this is coming down to, they're saying that I can't say her name, which is not gonna work in a real court of law. Like, if they find me guilty, the appeal court is gonna throw this out and say, you can't say that somebody can't say somebody's fucking name, bro. This is ridiculous. The next violation they claim, this is their words. You can only see this violation if you slow this down to review this. Okay. So that really cool news idiot was making videos. He always makes videos about me and Chili. That's all he does. It's his whole channel. And so he...
yeah, he's making them about Long Island Audit now and some other people.
Oh, is he? Because I'm in jail, so he's got somebody else to talk about. But you know what I'm talking about, obviously, if you're a Chili supporter. And so this new cool news guy makes a video and he says, oh yeah, This is a public service is now posting videos suddenly about the case. So I go to, I said, well, I'm doing this press conference as an attorney. You know how you gotta get in here, bro? You know how I would say, oh, I'm doing this press conference as Mr. Myers on behalf of Lane Myers, you know what I mean? And they would get all mad because I'm talking in the third person, trying to make it clear that I'm trying to like do a press release, and it's like as like a professional lawyer would do. So in this video that I said, hey, Jim, really cool news is accusing this is a public service of just recently starting to post videos. So I go to this is a public services page and I scroll up and down so fast that they can't even see it in real time. And I say, it looks like he's been posting videos the whole time I was in jail and the whole time I've been on probation, and it wasn't an issue until I asked to modify my conditions. And they said it happened so fast that you can't see it in real speed. Okay, so that's going to be the violation. It happened so fast you can't see it in real speed. And now the next thing is where it gets really fucking stupid, bro. It goes from dumb to dumbest to the dumbest fucking thing ever to happen to a human in America and the living fucking recorded history. They're saying that when I went to my search bar to type something in, Google suggested, you know how when you go to type, you start typing letters into the Google thing, like a bunch of shit drops down underneath it because it might be what you're actually typing, even though it's not. They're saying that when I was typing words into the Google search bar, Google suggested Arizona law. So that's how I violated, because Google suggested it. I didn't actually type it. I typed something completely different. I typed lawsuits against New Mexico State Police in the search bar, but when I typed LAW, Walker pressed pause, zoomed in, took a screenshot to show what Google was suggesting at that exact second, and then they're going to use the screenshot because they say, we don't have the video, but we have the screenshot. Well, how did you get the screenshot if you don't have the video? But you know how they're trying to manipulate. So they're saying, so they think that the judge is going to find me guilty of violating probation because Google suggested her name down in those drop-down boxes. The only issue is that it happened in 1/30th of a second because I typed 65 words a minute. So as soon as I typed LAW, they paused it. But if you would just let it play LAW, and as soon as I typed S, because I'm typing the word lawsuit, so it kicked up her thing because of LAW, and she works at the College of Law. But I didn't go to it or anything. I didn't fucking click on it. I didn't say anything about it. It happened so fast, I didn't even realize it. So we're going to go to court, and they're going to play this thing on like 30 times slow motion, where Resnick is saying, I don't know, my lawyer's saying a bunch of shit, because I don't know enough about YouTube, and he's saying like the refresh rate, 30 to 60 frames, blah, blah, blah. I don't know anything about this technology. This shit's over my head. But he's saying that it was on the screen for faster than the speed of light, and the human eye wouldn't even be able to pick it up unless it was on some like slow motion ballistic camera where it's like 30 times slow motion to where you're moving like frame by frame. I don't even know what frame by frame. You get what I'm trying to say here though? Like if you just watch it as a video, you can't see it. You can't see it. Like the judge is going to go, what happened? What are you talking about? And they're going to have to go into super slow motion and zoom in and do all this shit. So that's how petty this shit is. And then the next one is, of course, they're saying that me talking about the astronaut.
I got
the NASA astronaut.
I was gonna play something in response to that. Hang on.
Stop it. Get some help.
It's Michael Jordan saying, "Stop it. Get some help." These people are out of their fucking mind.
That's what I'm getting at, bro. Why don't they stop watching this shit and then they won't even know? Huh. And so they're saying that I made the video about Dr. Walker, the NASA astronaut, so that's a violation. They're saying that I used her name as if she has an exclusive copyright domain on the name Walker. Like there can't be other Walkers on this planet. And to me, I'm not allowed to talk about the victim. It doesn't say that I can't talk about the astronaut or the doctor or the black rugby player or the guy that does barbecue in Kansas City, or from Ireland, or all these different. It's so crazy. It even says that Lane Myers shows name over a photo and says referring to the man in the photo. This is definitely not my victim, alleged victim, wannabe victim, whatever you want to call it. Well, am I lying? Is a 6'4" black man from Australia my victim? No. So what is the violation by saying, hey, this is a story about the 6'4" black man? Now they're, they're so, to me, Stalker is the issue here, because he's now dragging his wife through court again to try to argue that me showing a video about Dr. the NASA astronaut is somehow talking about his wife. Does that even make sense to you, bro? And those are the allegations. They're saying that I showed her name on the NASA, like she owns the name, so if I use it in a video for the astronaut, somehow that means I'm violating probation. But this is how stupid they are. They're not. They're saying that I did all that, but they're not saying that anybody contacted her. So what does it matter? In the beginning, at the first one where they said that I showed my, or that I talked about my case, they said that she received an email. But the ones where I'm supposedly saying her name or showing her in the search bar, they're not accusing anybody of emailing her. So how did she actually even know that I did that? Unless stalking. But bro, that's what they're holding me in jail with no bond for. They're saying that shit popped up in the Google search bar within milliseconds.
Well, I mean, they're definitely watching all your shit because. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, no, they're definitely watching all your stuff. The other day, a video had came out. I think it was Illuminate Dark that posted it, and maybe it came out an hour before that, and I just noticed it. Just had time. I started watching about 20 minutes into it, and I wanted to refresh the page or something. I was like trying to get the link, and it wasn't working. It said some error or something, so I just refreshed the page. And then it pops up some little thing saying that it's been deleted due to violation of terms or something. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. It's been there for an hour, and it's already been, like, that is irritating to me because I want to see what's going on. And so now it's just, that all that does is that, like Charlie Kirk had said, that, when you try to silence somebody, you're giving credence to them and what their message is. Maybe we don't like what somebody's message is or the way they deliver it, but that's not your fucking either speak about it yourself, respond to it, or just ignore it and just stop paying attention to it, right? So that irritates me because I want to see what's going on. So now I feel like I have to download these just so that way I can watch all the way through it. I'm not here trying to harass somebody. I'm trying to see what's going on. So now that's just pissing me off. Now I feel like I want to. This has nothing to do with you or how you feel about it. Now I feel like I want to take that video. I want to publish it on my own, just to prove a point, like to these Arizona parasites. You just let people talk about it. If somebody makes an actual threat to somebody, go after them. Do something about that. Why are they ignoring them?
Right.
It's absurd. And nobody with any sense sees it other than that.
Here's the thing, that anybody else on this planet can talk about this except me. So what's that tell you? Why can't everybody else can post about my case? Really cool news has 300 fucking posts about my case, but I can't even make
I'm sure they're not going to block him. They're not going to report any of his videos, right?
Why aren't they asking to take his videos down? Right.
Because it fits the narrative they want to be seen.
Talk about it, but not.
Yeah.
That's because they want to silence any videos that support me and allow videos that criticize me. And it's so blatantly obvious. That's why I need big channels to get this out there. Because that's the only way this is going to happen, is they're going to have to fucking face increased scrutiny. Because, my channel is pretty small, but if, they'll do it to me, they'll do it to anybody. And that's the point I'm trying to make here, is it's not about me. It's about all of us. You're telling me if you go to jail, you can't even tell people you went to jail? That's where we're at in the United States of America now, is that if you go to jail, it's secret. Secret jails? What did I do? Go to Guantanamo black site, bro? Did I get disappeared to a government black site? No, dude, I went to the Pima County Jail, and it's all public record. And Really Cool News posts up every document in my case. But if I post up the same document, I'm sitting in jail with no bond. And that's why I need people to scream this shit from the mountaintops, because I can't right now.
I think if there's some petty little violation in there that doesn't amount to another crime, and it's probably going to be unconstitutional on its face, it could still be a contempt of court. But that's nothing. I wouldn't think they can withdraw your probation based off of that. I wouldn't think. You know what I mean?
About these conditions, like, I don't think the judge is going to hold these up. I think the judge is going to be mad, honestly. I think the judge is going to I think this is going to actually, I mean, I'm naive though, right? I'm just a dumbass in jail. But I honestly believe this is going to cause the judge to really change the way he looks at this whole situation. Because now because we have her on tape, and I have emails that the prosecution turned over that said she doesn't work at the U of A anymore. Because remember when I was being charged before and held in jail with no bond, I was saying, oh, she's a public employee, we can talk about her. Well, she went out of her way to make and testify to the court that she no longer works there, she's no longer a public employee. Okay, well, all of a sudden on Friday at that hearing, she's back to being doing the same job she was doing. And it turns out, because we did records requests, she's had the same job for the whole 2 years. She just lied to the court, bro. She lied to the judge. She stood there in front of the judge and spoke into the microphone and said, I don't work there anymore. And then just the other day, she said, I work there. The same job, the same email, the same website, the same phone number. Nothing's changed except her story. So she said she doesn't work there to get me held with no bond, and now she's saying she does work there to get me held with no bond. It doesn't, and this is, the world needs to see this. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking, she literally said she should be held in contempt of court, bro. Right. And I really think that the judge is going to be like, what is going on here, man? You're trying to get this guy.
You think the judge will remember that?
I don't see a judge. Oh, dude, we got it on video. We're playing it as an exhibit. I have the emails from the prosecutor saying that she no longer works at the U of A. Like, they officially served those documents on me while I was in jail last time, saying, stop saying she works at the U of A because she doesn't. Turns out nothing has changed except their version of the story. She has the same job, the same office, the same phone number, the same email, the same everything. Her profile has the exact same words, letter for letter, I for I, cross the T, dot the I. Fucking nothing has changed except how she explains it to the court. Before it was, I'm not a public employee anymore, so they can't. So if they're emailing me, it's no. Now it's, well, he's causing people to email me at my U of A public email again. How convenient that now suddenly she's claiming she's a public employee again. So to me, by her own admission, she still works there and is still a government employee subject to all the same scrutiny as any other government employee. And that's what I need people to understand is that when she said she doesn't work there, that was so people, but now she's admitting she does work there. You get what I'm getting at here, bro?
And I mean, it's a fair question for you, for somebody on probation, to want to be aware of the places that you're allowed, not allowed to go to. And especially being a law school, you might, I mean, look, Westlaw is freaking outrageous, and you really can't trust AI with legal stuff. So if you want to do it right, you need to look on, Westlaw or LexisNexis or something like that. And the only place for average people to do that is going to be at a law library, such as a law school. And I don't know that area that well.
Oh, bro, you're going to see.
So there's a real reason for you to go to that place, but I don't think. I heard what one of the things that Rachel said. I don't see that as you were actually threatening to go there. I think you were just kind of making a point because obviously they're watching, right? But I think you're just making the point that, you know what I mean? What?
Oh, that's what I'm getting at.
You need to know where she works.
So I got put on probation. And that's my point. Okay, so they put me on probation. They said I can't go to her work or encourage people there. But they never told me where she worked. Nowhere in my probation conditions does it says you can't go to this place, right? It doesn't say you can't go to the U of A. It just says the victim's work. So I've been asking my probation officer and Rachel this entire time I've been on probation to tell me where she works because I want to go use the U of A Law Library, but I don't want to go there if that's where she still works. But they ignore me and wouldn't tell me. So finally, I fucking put this motion to modify in saying somebody needs to tell me where she works because I want to go to the U of A Law Library, and if she works at the U of A Law Library, still I can't go there. If she doesn't, I'm going to go there. So that's why I said. So when I said that on the video, I was already laying that trap for like months by demanding. I told the judge, my probation officer, and the prosecutor, tell me where she works, and nobody would tell me. They purposely didn't tell me. So that's why I was like, well, she says she doesn't work there anymore, so I guess I'm going to go up there. And look how they reacted, right? So my trap worked perfectly. I said I was going to go up there because everybody said she doesn't, because she said she doesn't work there anymore. What am I supposed to do? Call the victim up and ask her where she works? You get what I'm saying here? How am I supposed to know where the victim works unless I call her up and ask her? But I'm not allowed to call her up and ask her because I'm not allowed to contact her. So how would I know where she works if nobody tells me? It's a trap, bro. They tried to trap me. They tried to say, don't go to her work, but we're not going to tell you where she works. So then if I go to the law library, they can say, well, you went to her work, but she said she didn't work there. But now she's claiming when I said I wanted to go to the law library that she works there again. It's a game to these people, and I'm sitting in jail, bro, losing my fucking financials. Bro, I have an HVAC company. It's the most busiest time of the year, and I can't even work right now, dude. All my customers had to go hire somebody else. Like, what the fuck, bro? I'm losing my ass financially over this dumbass shit. It's freaking petty, bro, and that's why.
And this can happen to all of us. This can happen to me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. My dog, my fucking wife, everybody's just sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? My wife's an attorney, bro. My wife was an attorney. She was a law clerk for a federal judge for 5 years and a superior court judge for 1 year, and she can't figure out what's going on, dude. She was literally a law clerk for a federal judge, and she said these conditions aren't legal. They don't tell you what's happening. Don't go to her work, but then they don't tell you where she works. That's a trap, dude. That's a trap. And anyways, I never went there. I only said, because they said she doesn't work there, I'm going to go there. So how's that threatening to go to her work when I was told she doesn't work there? And nobody's officially, there is not a document with my signature anywhere on this planet that says where she works, right? And so when you're supposed to get your probation conditions, it can only violate you for violating written conditions. So if you have a written condition that says you can't go to the U of A Law Library and you go there, that's a violation. If you have a condition that says don't go to the victim's work, but they don't tell you where she works, how can you violate that? But do you get where I'm getting at here, how petty this shit is, bro? Slow motion videos of a Google search bar.
Ridiculous.
And they're getting away with it. They're getting away with it. Rachel needs to know that this isn't right. That's what I mean. Like, I'm not telling anybody to contact I'm telling them that they can certainly voice their opinion to the judge and the prosecutor, though. There's nothing saying you can't. I can't tell a story and people reach out. I'm not encouraging anybody to, because all that does is get me in trouble or whatever. But the point being is that people have that right, and I didn't post her information. So how did she get these emails unless people went to her public website and got her public email? To me, if she doesn't want people emailing her, then take her fucking email off Google, right? Does that make sense to you, brother?
Absolutely. I mean, I thought she didn't work there anymore anyway.
That's my point. So if she doesn't work there anymore, how are they emailing her on her old email? How did I show her old work? So they're accusing me of showing her old job? No, now they're saying she works there again. And I really hope the judge because I'm arguing my motion to modify before this. So that's why I wanted to put that motion to modify in, so that I can make arguments saying these conditions are unconstitutional, they need to be changed, before we decide if I violated them or not. You get what I'm trying to say? I'm not trying to do it after the fact. I'm trying to say these conditions are unconstitutional, they need to be modified, because I'm worried about violating them, and it's not clear. It just so happens that they hurried up and violated me and put me in jail with no bond, accusing me of violating here's what's funny, brother, I got 15 conditions. They're only accusing me of violating the ones that I want to modify. How convenient, right?
Yeah.
And somehow conveniently, the violation started the day my motion to modify was filed. That's how, like, they're not even good at this scam shit. They're saying, oh, everything was fine, and then you filed the motion to modify, so you started violating those conditions the day you filed the motion to modify, and we're holding you in jail with no bond for violating the exact same conditions you want changed. And only those. There's 15 conditions. I only wanted 4 of them changed. Those are the 4 they're holding me in jail with no bond for. Conveniently. I'm sure it's just a coincidence, right?
You know, I was thinking in Nevada we have this constitutional amendment that came out, Marcy's Law. A lot of states are doing that, and I'm seeing in Arizona they have the Victims' Bill of Rights. I can't see if this is just a. Oh, it is. Okay, it was added to the Constitution.
The Victims'
Okay.
Bill of Rights does not outweigh defendant's Bill of Rights.
Right. Well, here's my take on that. Right, is these they're making them as constitutional amendments to the states, and so these are rights or limitations of the government power. But the problem with that is who gets to decide who gets those rights, right? The prosecutor gets to decide whether somebody's a victim. What if you think that you're a victim of something, right? You're not allowed to talk about how you feel about it? I mean, we've all seen these things for, say, like sexual assault survivors that, they come out and they talk about how hard it is for them to come out and express their feelings about it and the things that the trauma they've experienced. Well, nobody's going after them, right? So maybe sometimes people lie about those things, right? I mean, it's horrible, and the people that do that, fuck them, right? But you should be able to talk about it and not have to have permission from some prosecutor. You have to be labeled the victim, right, in order to have any of these rights. I mean, the only real thing, I don't see any way why these constitutional amendments even matter, right? I mean, you already have the right to virtually everywhere to come out and make a victim statement at sentencing, right? So what do you need this as a constitutional amendment for? The only thing I could see this has to do is, we see like domestic cases that happen from time to time where the supposed victim says that he or she, whatever, doesn't want to pursue the charges, but they say we're pressing charges anyway, right? Well, they can come out at the bail hearing and they can pretty much just filibuster, I guess, if they want. That's the only real reason for it. But other than that, what the hell is the point in it?
That's what she did.
Who gets to decide who's the victim? Just you have to be granted that privilege by the prosecutor to be labeled a victim and then be able to come out and talk about you're a victim. I mean, look, what I just heard today, I didn't hear all of this before because they keep getting deleted by these crooked ass, parasites out in Arizona. I'm trying to watch them and then they get deleted somehow. Thankfully, other people downloaded them and posted them so I could watch it. And I just heard what happened with your dad today. I mean, are they trying to say that you can't talk about your story and the things that you've been through in your life and the things you're going through now? And we have feelings. You can come out and you can talk about it. Who gives a shit? If you don't like it, don't watch. How about that? And if somebody calls and threatens you, prosecute their ass by all means, right? Worry about them, not about you coming out and talking about it, right? I mean, it's obvious from us spectators out here that you're not trying to harass anybody. You're trying to talk about the experiences that you're going through and how this can happen to anybody, how this process can be weaponized.
I got PTSD, bro. I'm trying to get it off my chest, bro. I got PTSD. I went to jail with no bond for doing the same thing I've been doing my whole life, bro. I've been criticizing the government my whole life. Nobody's ever put me in jail, even though they wanted to. I've never been able. Nobody's ever put me in jail for talking about the government until now. And so I want to get this shit off my chest. Like, hey, man, I don't think this is right.
Right. It's only a problem
Arizona has a victim's bill of rights, but it doesn't. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, got a little delay there. Yeah, I mean, it's only a problem when the story you're telling doesn't fit their narrative, right? You didn't have government's permission to talk about that part of the story, right?
Everybody else is allowed to talk about it, but
well, I mean, the way I'm feeling about it, I'm nervous. I feel like I'm taking a risk talking because they might come after me. I see you just heard earlier. I'm nervous about saying the prosecutor's name because they might come after me too. They're chilling everybody's speech in this, not just you. It's already affecting everybody. And see, they could do this to anybody in the entire United States. You don't even have to be you don't have to even ever have been to Arizona. You could get on there and start talking about this case, and what do you know? There's a warrant out for you, and they're going to extradite you. They're going to a place that you've never even been because you went on the internet and you expressed your opinion about something.
Why did they go? But they're not doing that, though. They're not going after anybody but me. They would go after Jim Finch for talking about it. They would go after public service. None of these people they're going after, they're just punishing me for what everybody else says. So, like, what'll happen is if they'll say that they'll punish me for you, not me, not you. They'll say, nobody said that I can't say their name. I said their name when I was in jail last time. I don't know if you want to delete their name every time I said it. I don't know. But if that's the case, then we should do one where we don't say their name. or whatever, if you know how to use the edit thing. But you know what I'm saying? Because like, I don't want you to feel like.
I mean, listen, man. I
don't think there's any way.
I guess I'm just going to take whatever risk. I mean, they're just going to have to come and fucking get me because you know what? It's outrageous. It's absolutely outrageous what they're doing. You know, if I'm failing to see, like I watched the whole hearing and I'm failing to see where the crime is. He's talking about the astronaut. You know, it's obvious he was talking about his case and it shows the astronaut. So fucking what? I mean, is that really what we're doing with taxpayer dollars right now?
But how was I talking about? How was I talking about the case though? I said she went to the space station.
Well, I mean, I can't go back and look at it because they you know find their way to delete whatever videos that they don't like, right? So I've seen part of it. I saw part of it.
Harassment. Right, they call it cyberbullying and harassment. A lot of the videos are available. People have them. Women in the Dark has them. So, like, to me, I don't understand the violation. Then she was like, oh yeah, he's making longer and longer videos. Bitch, I can do 24-hour live streams if I want. It's nothing.
Right, I mean, I caught that one. I mean, what does that have to do with a crime? Where's the crime? He makes long videos. Okay, so he feels like talking about his feelings and what the shit he's got going on in his life. That's what he feels like doing. And whoever wants to listen are going to listen. And the trolls are going to make their videos on it.
Right.
That's okay. So what? That's welcome to America.
Well, I found an entire troll chat room where they try to get me in trouble. So they email the victim and say, oh yeah, he's talking about you, and then they make it seem like it's my followers doing it.
Offhand, you know how to get to that? Is it one of those apps or is it something online like fun?
Discord, I have it all. Yeah, I broke into the Discord server. I had a hacker get into there, and I have it all. We have it all. I made a whole video about it.
I mean, I can pretend to be a bootlegger so I can get in.
Bro, it's on the really cool news Discord server. They have an entire Discord server trying to get me arrested for violating my probation. And I have all the screenshots from it because I cracked the code one night at like 2 in the morning. I tried to get in, and I finally figured out a way to get around it. I had to use like a fake Google voice number and shit because they want your phone number. Anyways, I get in there and I see this whole chat room where they're making plans of how to have me violated. They're saying, oh, we should call his probation officer and do this, and then, oh, we should send emails so that they think they came from Lane, and then he gets arrested. I have all those screenshots, bro. Like, my lawyer has those. The prosecutor has those. So, like, you get what I'm saying here? Like, this isn't no secret. There's people that are out there trying to get me in trouble, actively planning a way to get me in trouble to make it look like it's my followers harassing Shannon, but it's really just people that wanted the trolls. And they openly admit it. Oh, we're going to send a bunch of emails to his probation officer until he gets arrested. And then a few days later, I'm arrested. They're not even good at this. So that's why I'm saying is the fundraiser needs to happen, because I might have to sit in here like Chili and do an appeal. You know what I mean? And then I'll lose everything if that happens. But I truly don't think that these are violations. I don't. Do you? Do you, brother? Dude, my brother had his head blown off in Iraq for this shit. I'm supposed to sit here and not say nothing? Freedom, right? We know it wasn't freedom that they were fighting for in Iraq, but it is on the surface, right? On some level. So, like, dude, my dad is dead. My brother's dead. My dad died an activist, and my brother died a soldier. So what, am I supposed to sit here and shut the fuck up and sit in my room and suck my thumb and be quiet? I thought that was supposed to give me the reason to talk, like stand up for people like this, right? I thought I was supposed to continue this shit where they fucking crawled or rolled or marched. I got to keep it going, right? Am I wrong here, bro? Be honest. Like I don't know, bro. I don't have a lot of friends that are honest, I guess, because they're all saying what I'm doing is right, but are they just enabling me? Is it like giving drugs to a drug addict? I don't know.
No, I don't think that at all, man. I think you're doing all the right things. I mean, it's just it's sick. I mean, if nothing else, you're shining a light on on what's in the dark here. I mean, it's like this illuminating the dark channel name. You're showing what's really going on there. Sometimes you have to poke and prod a little bit. You know, it's like people they call the today's modern activists auditors, right? Well, I mean, a real auditor, you know, they don't announce themselves that they're gonna come, or if they do, I mean, I've worked at some types of facilities before where you kind of know that they're coming. Maybe don't know the exact date though, but you know, when you do that, well, then what do they tell you? Okay, let's make sure this and that's cleaned up, and it's going to be cleaned in a way that it never really is, right? And that the whole point in the audit is to catch them off guard to see how they really act normally, right? So that's kind of what you're doing. You're poking and you're prodding, and you're seeing how they're going to respond to things, and you're expressing yourself. I mean, you gotta, you know, it's not like you woke up one day and said you're going to go harass these people. It's a whole long line of things that happen, and it's like if they just didn't do a couple of things, you would have long moved on from them if they didn't do what they did.
I wouldn't even know who these people are. The only reason I know Matt exists is because he tried to prosecute me for booing.
You know, and he could have done the opposite, right? He could have saw that case come in from the police, had a look at it, and told him, "What the fuck is this?" He booed what was he? You know, tell me a little bit more about it. Well, he was in there booing, right? Well, what about that part? You know, did he have a video of it at the time when he was prosecuting you, where he sees that they're calling you a bigot because of the color of your hat?
Of course.
Did you know, at that point, the prosecutor ought to just say, you know what, we don't have time for this shit. We got actual people out here that are committing crimes. We need to worry about that, not this dumb shit.
Hey, this thing's gonna shut off. This thing's gonna end, but I can call you back in a little while. Hey, listen. They said what should have did is dismiss it, but I told them that if you don't fucking dismiss this, I'm gonna ruin your life, and I'm gonna show the whole world how you're crooked. And look where we're at 2 years later. But this is gonna cut off because you can only talk for so long.
Yeah, you can call him back whenever.
All right, give me a minute.
10-4.
They're setting up a Zoom call with my lawyer where all the shareholders are going to meet with my lawyer to help do it. Like, he's going to be like, hey, I need help, you know, do this, do that, give me these videos, give me this document. You know what I'm trying to say? Basically, absolutely. Like shareholders meetings with my lawyers for people that want to get involved. So if you want to get on the
I was gonna get a hold of Resnick anyway. At that hearing, he mentioned something about maybe getting like a Zoom link or something like that, I guess, or getting a few of them for this upcoming hearing, so that people can be there and watch.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know if they're going to do that, but
here's Resnick's number. You ready? I'll give you Resnick's number.
Yeah, go ahead.
520-903-9938. That's his number. And and so I was thinking that because you made a valid point though about saying their name and shit. So do you want to record like 10 minutes where I go over that stuff again, but we don't say their name, so you can actually post it without either one of us being worried?
I mean, I'll edit that out.
Oh, okay. Because I definitely want people to know exactly what they're accusing me of. Because it's not the same thing as what Rachel said at court. She said all that shit at court, filibustered at court to make it look crazy. But then when we go to trial in a couple weeks, they're not even going to bring that stuff up. Or they're not even allowed to anyways. So I just want to make sure that why I'm in here is out there so people know how petty this is and they don't think I did something. Because I'm about transparency. I don't want people thinking that I was doing something behind the back or anything. I want people to know that everything they're accusing me of, I did live on YouTube. I'm not like secretly harassing this woman or something. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, she kind of bit herself in the ass by saying, he's making longer and longer videos. He's pretty much documenting his entire life. You know, he's on there for 10 or 12 hours, you know. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, it actually shows the opposite of what you're trying to say to people that are saying that he's showing his whole life, right? That's not what criminals do. They don't live stream crimes.
It's 12 hours.
Absurd.
So like I'm literally 12 hours live in my house. So like where else was I out doing?
Well, I mean, at least you got an alibi. Fuck.
at least I'm scared to leave my house, you know what I mean? So, like, I just fucking sit there and live stream all day like the Truman Show, right? That's what I do, you know? And so when's a good time to call you usually? Because, like, I got to share the tablet, too.
You call me anytime at night. Just, give me a heads up.
Anytime what?
Anytime later at night. I guess stuff going on in there.
Because is it Nevada on Pacific? Is it 4:51 or 3:51 for you right now?
I think we're the same time zone, I believe.
4:51.
Yeah.
Okay. Bro, I need to get out of Arizona when I get out of here too, bro. I fucking, this ain't the place for me because this is how they're gonna keep treating me, you know. My story doesn't resonate here like it does in the rest of the free world. They got people doing, this is like the home of the cartel for fentanyl and shit. But they're harassing me. So that's, it doesn't even make sense. Like, how are they solving crime by doing this to me? It doesn't make sense. And so that's why I need to get my story out there. If you could help me get Chili to talk about it, something. I appreciate you. It's like, we're only going to get through this if we stick together. And it just takes people willing to stand up and be heard. It's not like we got to fucking go storm the Capitol. You know what I mean? Just talking is effective. Talking is enough to get them mad.
Yeah, just make sure you don't say 8647, right? And definitely don't post any pictures of seashells that say that, right? Because that's you're threatening to off the president, apparently, when you say that, right? You know what I'm talking about with the James Comey?
But them people don't get held in jail with no bond. I don't understand. They don't get held in jail with no bond. And, they don't suffer, like, I can't work right now, bro. I got bills to pay. I paid me and my wife have $4,500 a month in bills, bro. We have a house, we're paying a mortgage, car payment. And then they take away half my, my wife got fired from her $150,000 a year lifetime law clerk job with a pension from the government over this shit too, right? Because called over there and got her fired. And so now she's working a job making half as much as she, like when we took out our mortgage, she made $150 and I made $80. Now she makes $70 and I make $80. And now I'm making $0 because I'm in here. It doesn't even, you know what I'm trying to say here, bro? Like now it's like we went from having a nice house in a nice neighborhood that we could afford and still have money to now we don't even have money for groceries barely. And I was starting to have so little money that I was going to start qualifying for food stamps soon. All because of me talking about this stuff. My wife lost half her pension. Half her salary. She makes half as much now because I booed and they complained. And I was calling people out. You know the story. You were there, bro. So that's why it's so and then I sat in jail last time for 4 months and had to use up all our savings to pay the bills. It's crazy how they do this economic shit, right? Because they know. Because if I was homeless, it wouldn't matter, right? If I was just a homeless idiot, it wouldn't matter if I was sitting in jail or not, because I'm not losing thousands of dollars from working every week. But they know if they keep me in here, I can't work, I can't make money, I can't pay my bills. And that's how they hurt me. That's so petty, bro. That's like bad people. That's like, those people are like hard. You know what I'm trying to say? They're like, literally, it's not even a fair fight, and they're like trying to like make me homeless on top of everything, as if that's going to make it better.
It's sick. It's sick what these people are doing. And where's the crime? Who did you hurt? Has anybody showed up and actually hurt these people? Oh yeah, they're feeling, sure. Who showed up and hurt them?
No.
Personally, I haven't seen any of these emails they're talking about somebody sent. And I'd like to know, what kind of warrants did they go apply for the people that did send those, if it did happen?
Well, here's the email. Here's what it says. It says that she received an email that said she will lose everything to Lane Myers. That's the email, bro. It says you're going to lose everything to Lane Myers. That's the email. You are going to lose everything to Lane Myers.
Okay, that's a really stupid email. I mean, okay, so somebody's gonna sue me. Okay, so you click the delete button and then you fucking move on with your life. You go outside,
read it.
right? Or that. What's? I mean, this is where we're at. This is what we're doing with taxpayer money right now.
Yeah, this is what they're saying. They're saying that was a harassing email that I caused by talking about my case. You're going to lose everything to Lane Myers. That doesn't sound harassing to me. I would laugh at that if I got that. I would laugh. I would literally laugh out loud. I'd be like, ha ha ha. Okay.
Right. I mean, none of these fucking people have ever been to a comedy club, I promise you, because they're the ones that you see those viral videos of that try to stand up and say, "Hey, that joke wasn't funny," and here they're gonna get roasted by the comedian, or they're gonna get fucking booed out. Security's gonna tell them, "Here's the door right over there," you know, and then most likely the comedian's gonna say, "No, let them stay. I got more to say about them," right? That's how that would go. These people have never been.
Seen South Park.
Oh no, yeah. Sometimes you gotta laugh at yourself, right?
That's what I mean. And what's funny is all the other people in Tucson that I was making videos about, they chose the opposite. They chose to just ignore me, and I'll go away. And that's what happened, right? They ignored me, and it went away. But for some reason, she keeps bringing this back up, putting herself back in the news, putting herself back out there. I'm sure there's people making videos about her since I've been in jail, and they can't say that I told them to because all my phone calls are recorded. I haven't told anybody to tell her to say anything. So if people heard my hearing and did that, that's on them, not on me, right? I mean, how can I control the behavior of somebody else after they listened to that hearing and decided, hey, this isn't right?
Right. I mean, that's how our society is supposed to work, right? We're supposed to participate in government. You see something that doesn't seem right to you, and you speak up about it, right? But they got people so conditioned that they just want to be quiet and just let me just go to work and not worry about it, right? Or let me put this little blue line sticker on my car so maybe they won't pull me over, right?
Exactly. You already know, dude. If the government fears the people, that's liberty. If the people fear the government, that's tyranny.
Right.
Like, that's the whole point.
Thomas Jefferson.
I'm supposed to be the rock in their shoe, bro. I'm supposed to be the rock in their shoe. We're supposed to make them uncomfortable. Oh, he's threatening the government. Oh, no, I threatened to sue him. I said, if you don't turn over those public records, I'm going to sue you. You should feel threatened.
Yeah, Rachel mentioned something about, we got another police report. We got somebody that complained. I mean, I'm kind of assuming it's that APAC lady that, you know, didn't like how you were talking to her. Like, look, just where's my public records request? You keep telling me it's on the way. Where is it? I'm here. It's the deadline.
Right. And every day it would get to the deadline day and she'd give me more time. And this would be going on for months before I even started talking about it. See, because I want to be able to prove that first, I just emailed her. I didn't put her on YouTube. I didn't do nothing. She gave me 30 days, said I'll have it in 30 days. Well, after that was up and she didn't give it to me, that's when I started making videos. Then she did 30 more days. Then she got to the end of the last day and said, I don't have it. You heard the videos, bro. I didn't. Why can't they release what they have and shit, right? So I'm trying to train them how to be better government employees, and she calls that threatening. She feels threatened that he said he's going to sue her if she doesn't turn over the public records she's required by law to turn over. And then the judge hears that and thinks, there's a police report? What did the police report say? He said he's going to sue me. I don't know. You guys need to get that police report. I'd like to know myself. I haven't seen it. I'd like to know what she reported. Obviously, it wasn't something that was a crime because I didn't get charged. So people make police reports all the time on me. Doesn't mean people have made hundreds of police reports on me. I've never been arrested for them. So they must not be a crime, right? You can make a police report about anything. And then they're saying that I doxed Jim Finch. Well, Jim Finch, all right, first of all, the police in Pennsylvania said that it's not a crime to dox somebody in Pennsylvania, so that's why I did it. I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to do a crime. I looked up the law. I called the police. They said, you're allowed to do that. Jim Finch even said, it's not a crime. There's nothing I can do. What he did is legal. But, of course, then at the hearing, Rachel's saying that I'm doxing these people and shit as if it's a crime. It's not a crime in Pennsylvania. What does that got to do with my case in Tucson?
Right. I mean, I can kind of relate to that in Nevada.
Day.
Sorry. Yeah, in Nevada, there's this stupid law called the Peace Officers Bill of Rights. Right. It's it's the dumbest shit you've ever heard. They're not allowed to release public records with the faces of any officers. Right. So, like, even in a reflection of a car, sometimes they'll slip up, but they're not supposed to release that, right? But there's some exceptions to it, right? And this is the only thing I could find in Nevada law that talks about, whether you can release something that's, otherwise you can just get on Google, like a phone number, right? It says that you can release the phone number and address and all that stuff of a police officer in Nevada if it's related to and there's a 911 call, like, what's the first thing any 911 call? What's the address of your emergency, right? And so they say their address, there's a domestic or something, whatever going on at the cop's house, right? They can release that full audio that says their address. They can release everything then, right? That personal information. But other than that, I can't find anything in the entire state that's related to doxing. I've done the same thing in my state. So, we actually look up what we're doing before we do it. And
of course, bro. I got Westlawn shit, bro. That costs a lot of money too. That's a whole other story.
Yeah, and some months I've used it before, and some months you're just like, fuck this, man. I didn't use it that much last month. I can't pay for it this month. I get it.
That's what I mean, bro. They're just killing me financially on this shit, trying to stand up for my shit. And so that's why I want to get my story out there. And if channels can pick it up, that'd be great. Just don't tell people to contact the victims. You know what I mean?
But see, here we go back to that part, man. Who determines who's a victim?
Do not contact
then
the
it's
victim.
Witness tampering or something, right? Because you talk about it. See, I think there's a big difference in when you're talking about somebody and you're saying something to somebody. If somebody says, "Hey, I don't want you to keep talking to me," okay, well then you can cut it off. It might be separate altogether if they're a public official. They have to accept that criticism. That's kind of part of the job. That's what you signed up for. But other than that, you're talking about somebody. Am I going to go to jail if I go down to the local bar or something? I talk about, or I go to my barber and I tell him what happened today. Are you going to go to? I mean, that's a legitimate question, man. Are you nervous if you go to the barber or something? Get a haircut and you're just kind of talking about what's going on. Hey, aren't you that guy? And you start talking about it. Yeah, this lady here and that. Are you going to go to jail if they find out about that? If that guy happens to, he talks a little too loud about it or something?
What happens if they happen to be on the same softball team as my brother or something, and then they heard, I heard this conversation down at the local park about you. Oh,
now you're violating because you talked to your barber about your own personal life. I mean, see, what is the exact boundaries of this? I mean, it's just we're grasping for straws here at some point, right? This whole it's doing something that could be reasonably cause somebody else to do what? To commit a crime or to reach out to a public official?
Do not engage in activities that be reasonably expected to cause others to harass or contact the victim of the family.
Okay, so in other words, to harass is a crime, right? That's an actual crime. And it's incredibly broad, but I think it gets overused to the point of unconstitutionality, right? I mean, my understanding of it is it's a lesser of assault. It's like calling somebody on the phone and saying, "Hey, I'm gonna punch you in the nose," right? Where assault is you're right in front of them and you pull your hand back, and looking like you're about to. You have the present ability to do that, and the battery is the actual contact. So that's my understanding of it. It's like actually a threat. It's not just boo-hoo, my feelings are hurt.
How is this harassment? You're going to lose everything to Lane Myers. Did that person get charged?
So it sounds like a threat for a lawsuit. That's what it sounds like.
Well, that's what it is, because the video is about me suing them for the 18 charges they dismissed. So we're talking about a lawsuit, right? And so, to me, and the big thing was before they were saying that she was getting all these threatening emails, but nobody ever got charged for any threats. So how is it a threat if nobody got charged? Are they saying that people were allowed to threaten her and not be charged because they just charged me instead? Like that. So what they're saying is that people are allowed to threaten her and not get charged? That's what I don't understand. I don't understand it. If it's not a crime, what's the problem? Like, she's a government employee. That's where I'm at with it, though, bro. So if you could help me get my story out, we got to get off the phone for a few minutes because we got to do like count and shit.
All right, man. I mean, you can call me back whenever you want.
Have you ever been to jail, bro? Have you ever been to jail, bro?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I got a similar issue to what you're going on. I got going on too. That's why when I had heard about your case through Catherine Henry, the constitutional lawyer, and they were talking about it quite a bit.
You know what's funny is that's my wife.
Is that right?
You know what I mean? That's literally, huh?
Is it the same? Is it just the same name?
Oh, listen, Catherine Henry, the lawyer that like.
No, the lawyer in Florida is the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, she moved. Well, originally we're both from Michigan. Okay, she was a good friend of mine in Michigan. She moved to Florida, and then she was helping public service and shit. Catherine Henry, but that's also my wife's name. That's why it's funny. My wife's name.
Oh, yeah, okay, same name. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Well, yeah, Cat Henry's my wife.
That's
Cat
funny.
Henry is also the lawyer. They're both lawyers. They're both constitutional lawyers. It's fucking hilarious. But yeah, the Catherine Henry, she is my friend from Grand Rapids. Like from back, we've been fighting since like she knew my dad and shit, bro. Like she's been a constitutional lawyer for 30 fucking years, bro. And she's still got cancer and dying or what?
I mean, I think she's doing better now. She didn't talk too much about her medical issues, so I think she's doing better in that stance. But I think the city's still like trying to have this fight with her over having, the nice concrete that she has, that she paid to have poured, so she has a nice place to park her vehicles. The city didn't like that she didn't get permission to put them there first, and I think that whole thing's going on where they want to charge her $100 million to, in fines that stack up every day. Because you didn't get permission from Big Daddy government to make your own yard look nicer.
That's what kills me. They fucking, it's all retribution. It's all financial retribution. So yeah,
that's all it is.
I gotta get off this for a little while, and we gotta have dinner and shit. But if you could try to help get my story out, you got Eliminate the Dark's number, you got Resnick's number, I got your number. Any giving me a voice would really help, because I'm sitting in a jail cell with 8 dudes being silenced.
Yeah, that's the main thing that they want, and they do that by, economic torture.
And I really believe last time it helped because they were trying to give me 40 to 100 years in prison, and I kept doing videos saying they're trying to give me 40 to 100 years in prison, and they finally got to the point where they even came to court and said, he keeps making videos saying we're trying to give him 40 to 100 years, but we're not. So you know what I mean? I know they listen to every video. Hi, Rachel. I know you listen to every video. I'm not telling anybody to contact. I'm not telling anybody to contact. You're a dumbass prosecutor, and I'm going to smoke you in court. I cannot wait. You know what I mean? You know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. So I'm surprised I sent you a picture. I'm surprised it looks like they sent it to you. Did you see it? You got the fly swatter, and they're all a bunch of mosquitoes?
Yeah.
Yeah, as
That works for me.
Yeah. As the dude from Here's the Deal says, it's how's he say it? It's the land of the free, home of the slave. Yeah, I like that. It's definitely not the land of the free. It might be the home of the brave, but this isn't the land of the free.
When you get off this call, listen to this song, Brother Ali, America Goddamn, or something like that. That's where that comes from, the land of the free, home of the slaves. That's from that song, Brother Ali.
All right, I'm gonna check it out.
That's what he's just doing. He's just using those lyrics. Yeah, listen to Brother Ali, America Goddamn, or something like that. It's called. But I gotta shut this down for a little while because we gotta get counting dinner.
All right, man.
I appreciate you talking.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Keep your head up, dude.
Don't let people forget about me, bro.
Oh no, this is bullshit. What's happened to you, man? Fuck this. They're gonna hear from me
and I'm a good guy. I don't beat my wife or my kids. I'm not James Freeman who's accused of any of that shit. You know what I'm saying, bro? This is literally Google search bar shit. I don't have no dark past. I don't have no secrets. I'm 100% transparent. I'm not like secretly a drug addict. I don't do drugs. I don't do any of that shit. I'm just, what you see is what you get, and that's what kills me about all this, bro. I'm literally harmless. I just have a big mouth. So it's not like they're supporting somebody who's in jail for domestic, which he wasn't even in there for that. They're just saying, you know what I mean, though? So like the optics are different.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. It went from what, 40,000 to, you know, a couple $100 or something. I mean, it's just they put on a show. That's all it is.
I know. That's all. And they didn't even give me a bond. No, bro, no bond. You'll see, bro. I feel confident that I'm gonna make case law. The judge is either gonna throw this shit out or I'm gonna make case law, and that's why I need the support, because I'm going to the appeals court and shit with it. So to go to appeals court, it costs more money.
All right, brother. Hey, will you give me a call back when you get some more time? I'm gonna send you another phone number to write down in case they try to stop messages or something.
No, don't send it. Don't send it. Don't send it. Just let me pull out my pen.
Say that again.
Don't send it. Tell me it right now.
Okay. Now I'm having problems with it's just a different. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, that's it. It's just another one of those voice over IP things. That one doesn't work as well, but just use that one if we have an issue getting on hold on this one, and they try to block me too.
Yeah, I know how it goes. This is their game. My mom is.
Yeah, because they wanted my an ID just to be able to talk to you, and I have thought about putting a McLovin ID on there, but that's how Big Daddy government is. They have to know who you're talking to.
You and Illuminate the Dark are the only ones that went through the process, so people can Venmo you to add money to my tablet too, because the only way people can add money is to sign up through all that, and a bunch of people don't want to sign up for that just to add my money to my tablet, And so, like, if you're already signed up, people can just Venmo it to you. That's what I was saying, get a hold of Illuminate the Dark also.
Okay. I'll work on setting something up for that.
I'll keep in touch, bro. And try to get my story up there. Just don't get me in trouble for, like, saying crazy shit about them, You can edit out whatever you can edit. I appreciate it, and I want you to know that I appreciate your time. Like, I know you could be doing anything with your time, and you're choosing to do this, and I'm forever grateful. Even though you're a stranger to me, that's why I do this, bro. I do this so people in Nevada or Boston or Australia or Norway. You know what I mean? I could be doing nothing with my life and not even talking about this and just riding my bike and ignoring it, but I don't think that's just gonna let us get trampled over even more and more. If I don't walk the line keeps moving closer, don't it? Somebody's got to patrol the line, bro. We got to stand that line. We got to guard that line, right?
They'll keep pushing it.
It's like, here's the line, bro. Here's the line. If they cross that line, you engage. If they don't cross that line, right? So it's like somebody's got to put up a barrier at the line, and I feel like I'm at the line, and we're having a standoff at the line. You know what I mean? So like I need people behind me at the line.
I'm just a big fan of quotes, right? So Nelson Mandela, he had one. He said that it's best to lead from behind, right? So help people, train people, teach them how to fish. Don't give them a fish, teach them how to fish, right? It's better to lead from behind, and then you take the front lines when it gets dangerous, and then people will respect your leadership. And I respect what you're doing for everybody.
That's why
right?
my channel's not monetized. I've never made money off YouTube, and I give out thousands of dollars in free legal advice. It costs me $900 a month to put on YouTube. Westlaw. So it's like, hey everybody, like fucking look at this, bro. I'm giving people access like a judge. The judge has Westlaw. Most lawyers can't even afford Westlaw, bro. I'm sitting there literally fucking going behind the scenes. I'm taking us inside the judge's chambers, but somehow I still end up in here. because my wife worked in judges' chambers, bro. That's what you don't understand. My wife was a law clerk for a federal judge. Like, I literally went in the office of federal judges and sat there and talked to them. I used to go out to dinner with federal judges. Now I'm a fucking criminal in jail. How the mighty have fallen, right? I went from being like a smart guy who knew his shit to now I'm sitting in here with no bond in orange.
You know, I had a conversation with a judge one time. William Cobb was his name. I'm not sure if he's still a judge. He's a magistrate, and it was in a case that I was working on. This is out in a federal judge out in Nevada. And he said something to me about, I mean, we had some good conversations and, you know, some hearings that were just you know, their lawyer was there, but it wasn't off the record, just like settlement type thing. And he said something about, you know, I don't want to disturb the apple cart, you know, when I was pushing the issue on something. What do you mean you don't want to disturb the apple cart? What the fuck does that mean? You're supposed to be you were supposed to be a separation of power, right? No, don't get me wrong. He did some good stuff. I guess the guy used to be like a lieutenant or something in the Air Force before he got out and became a lawyer, and then worked his way up to being a judge. And you know, and I made some allegations against the cop that did some acts of violence, you know, while on the job, and he took that incredibly serious, right? And I think he did some shit that maybe he wasn't supposed to do to get the guy, you know, discharged from the military and brought back to the United States to face my lawsuit, right? So he played some part in that,
Right.
but then he gets on saying, you know, I'm being careful. I don't want to disturb the apple cart. Listen, man, you're supposed to be a separation of power, dude.
That's what kills me, right? And that's the thing with my judge. He just lets the state. The judge is a statist in my case. He just does whatever the state says. He doesn't even separate himself. I'm like, hold on. The state is saying this. He's saying this. I'm supposed to be in the middle. He just goes with whatever the state says, which I think is going to backfire. That's why I need to get my story out. If we can keep my story in the news cycle, I think I'm going to win in court.
Well, I mean, you're definitely going to win if they don't have anything other than, you know, well, yeah, it's unconstitutional, the conditions we had on them, but okay, so maybe they get a contempt of court, right? I mean, my understanding is that you can violate a contempt of court even when it wasn't lawful because you violated, you didn't go and ask another judge or something to fix it, right? But that's like you know, a week in jail at the most. That's nothing. It's time served. So, but I couldn't see them violating parole or probation.
It's either I violated probation or I didn't, and I don't think I did. And even if I did, the conditions they're saying I violated are unconstitutional. So the worst thing that'll happen is I get found guilty of violating them, and then I appeal, saying that they're unconstitutional, and then the appeals court says they're unconstitutional, vacates my violations, and immediately releases. And that's what I think is going to happen.
Right. I mean, that's what they're doing. They're opening themselves up to, you know, having to put something concrete. I mean, right now it's an unpublished. Everything's probably an unpublished opinions, and they're going to have something that's going to be a published opinion that's going to affect qualified immunity later. It's going to make certain things clearly established. That's all that's going to do.
That's why I want to do this. That's why I need the financial support in case I got to sit in here fighting like Chile did for a couple months to overturn it on appeal, and then I'll have case law like Chile where it's like that wasn't that, like just because some stupid little judge said that, the appeals court will overturn it, and then that helps everybody, and that's what I'm trying to do. But I need support, and I know you're doing it, so I'm just trying to make it clear. I know you know, obviously.
Yes, sir, man. I mean, hey, look, we all appreciate you, brother, and we hope this is going to work out soon. I'm not forgetting about this. I can't forget about this crazy shit that they're doing to you. So we got your back, brother.
I'm on the right. I promise I'm on the right side of history.
No, I know you're on the right side. I've been watching for a long time.
I'm not some secret child molester. I'm not a secret child molester. My dad fought the government. We expose ourselves. We're transparent. We have nothing to hide. We're not criminals. We're just regular people. Leave us the fuck alone. You know what I mean? You can come and raid our house. You're not going to find nothing. I don't have no dirty, dark secrets there. I promise. I'm just a regular guy, bro.
I don't know if you got another minute on there. If I can pull something up by Charlie Kirk here. I don't know if I'll be able to hear it on this recording.
They're putting our food together.
I don't know if I'll be able to find that while I'm on here.
Are you related?
No, I'm not. I'm not. I had an opportunity one time to go and listen. I mean, that's incredible what he did. Sometimes
I don't have your number, bro.
About some of the things he said, right?
Or I would.
He could have approached it differently, but you know what he did is he
send me an email with your phone number,
he would get to a platform to come out and
or send me a voicemail, or get in touch with me, bro.
That's what this country is about. And most people, Rachel, you don't have to sit there and listen to what Lane's got to say. You don't have to listen to what any of us have to say. Just find something else to do. Go find an actual crime out there in Arizona somewhere, right?
I don't understand why they watch all my videos if it bothers them so much. Stop watching. But they're obviously subscribers, right? The first question I'm going to ask them under oath is, are you a subscriber? Otherwise, how do you know about every video immediately?
Souls to hell. I would have.
When you talk to Illuminate the Dark, ask her to send you the evidence, okay?
Yeah, I'm happy to see whatever evidence. I mean, I'm already seeing it right now on the wall here. Rachel doesn't have nothing. She's got a bunch of videos to sift through and try to pick at straws. That's what she's got.
Yeah, that's all it is. I want you to see what they're accusing me of on Google search bars and all that shit. So, and then you can help too, because if you know anything about technology. So I got to get off though, because they're gonna tell me that I can't be on the phone while we're having dinner.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later, bro. Have a good night.
A reasonable person and they harm you because of what you said.
Wait, you mean hurt their feelings or physically harm them?
I mean, okay. If you intentionally provoke a person with your speech, that is not protected speech.
Yes, it is.
It actually...
The American Civil Liberties Union protected Nazis to be able to march in Skokie, Illinois around Holocaust survivors. Grotesque, outrageous speech is absolutely protected by the First Amendment.
I'm not saying that grotesque. I'm saying that... I can't really explain it right now, but there...
Of course, they can't explain it right now. Of course. Alright, guys. You heard the man. Share this far and wide. If you can help out, please help out. If you can't, he made a good point about, where is it? That if you guys want to put money on his tablet, I don't know why that just did that, but whatever, bro. See if I can get it back up quick. If you guys don't want to use the Give Send Go and want to put some money on his tablet, what we really need is we need some shareholders to step up, and we need some other people in the tablet that he's messaging, because I mean, let's be real. He's probably blocked now. I mean, that's probably enough to get yourself blocked. So if it's true that it was just him and Illuminate the Dark were the only people in that chat on the tablet, please, somebody make the sacrifice, and you got to give up all your info. So, looking for those kind of shareholders that are truly down for the struggle. Copy. Alright, here is Illuminate the Dark's Venmo. Here is Illuminate the Dark's PayPal. If you guys want to, if you're not willing to make that sacrifice and guys, we really need somebody too, because we need people communicating with him out there. We see how they're trying to isolate. They took his mom away, for Christ's sakes. They said he can't talk to his mom. I mean, that's how twisted these people are. Absolutely twisted. So, if you can donate to the Give Send Go, please do that. Otherwise, put some money on the tablet. If you don't want to sign up yourself, then there's avenues to help. Send me an email. Any shareholder letters, LETT. Send me an email, Galveston. lettersofphocion@gmail.com. lettersofphocion@gmail.com, or you could do thisisapublicservice@gmail.com. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to sign off here. Does anybody have any closing questions for us? Crazy that this shit's happening again. I'll put actually, I think I already did. I'll put those 2 links in the description, and I'll put it in the pinned comment also. It's a good question, Kay. I hope, but who knows? Alright, guys.
This is a public service.
This is a public service.
We're out here today to ensure our natural rights are respected by those who swore an oath to support, protect, and defend the rights of the people. The purpose of all interactions is to peacefully promote government accountability and transparency. Please like, share, and subscribe so this message can reach as many people as possible. I implore you to peacefully seek redress to any and all of your grievances. This is a public service.
Who goes by this is a public service on YouTube. Who goes by this is a public service on YouTube. Who goes by this is a public service on YouTube.
This is a public service.
This is a public service.